everybody, it's Dawn and welcome back. I do hope you're enjoying this series of our letter writing box set. And so we've made the box now, everything is done, we've got the box done, we've done the lid, we've done the pen loop on the end. Now it's time to make the contents. So we're going to get straight on with that and we're going to make the writing paper. Now I have to tell you, this is not the conventional way of making writing paper. And there are alternative ways of doing it, I'm sure, but this is how I do it. So when it's finished, your writing paper will look like that. And it won't take long. So first of all, you need a piece of, again, this is wrapping paper, but it goes very nicely with the butterfly paper on our box, which is over there. I'll show you it in a minute. Well, you've just seen it, but I'll show you it all together when we're done. So you will need a piece of, this is wrapping paper, but you can use any paper you like. But if you don't want to use wrapping paper, you could actually use any stamp that you've got and stamp your own background paper. But I'm going to leave that entirely up to you. This is not a conventional way of doing it, but there again, I'm not conventional. So there you go. So you need a piece of paper, a backing paper, and that will measure 6 by 8. And then you will need a piece of, this is just ordinary copier paper, and that measures 5 by 7. So what we're going to do, we're going to take some glue. You only need glue stick for this, guys. You don't need anything very elaborate or strong, because this is just a template. So when you're done with this, you can make copies of them on your printer. Use it as a photocopier, and you can reprint. So if you're selling your items, if you're making these kits to sell, these sets to sell, you can keep these bits as templates and sell refills as people run out. So we're going to give it a good pasting like that. We won't need any more glue. So then we're going to turn that over. I'm going to bring it into the middle so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to lay that in the middle and very carefully press it down like that. Now what we do need to do, of course, we need to put the butterfly. We do need it. In this case, you don't have to use butterfly images, you can use whatever you like, but I'm using butterfly images just because I like them and because I've got a lovely customer who's requested a butterfly set. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a stamp for this. I've got a butterfly stamp, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to ink it up like that, just dab it over. I'm sure if you've done stamping before, you've probably done this hundreds of times. But I find the easiest way of getting it into the right position, the right first time, because I'm going to be putting it in this corner. Tilt your paper at an angle so that you can see the corners. And then, can you see that? Yes, I think you can. Hover your stamp over where you want it to go. Make sure you're within the confines of your paper. And then just put it down like that. And you have your stamp. Now, I'm going to show you how I colour it in. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring you in a bit closer for that. So I'm just going to bring this in because I'd like you to see what I'm doing, which is always helpful. And so I've got 2 shades of blue. I'm keeping with the same colour theme. And I've stamped this in black because I want to be able to see the lines as I'm colouring. So we're going to do this together. It won't take all that long. In fact, it won't take very long at all. But as long as we stay within the lines, you don't have to be terribly careful. That's your only criteria for this. Just stay within the lines. And then I'll show you what we're going to do with a darker pen. So this is a very simple way of colouring up your stamps. But once you've done these 2 very simple techniques together, I hope you'll agree, it's very effective. So we're just going to do that. We do need to make sure that we've got all the white covered. That's the only thing we need to be careful of. And of course staying within the lines. But if it goes out a tiny bit, I wouldn't worry too much because there are ways of fixing that. So we're just going to colour that in like that and just do this last bit down here. Just do this little feather stitch, this short backwards and forwards around the edges. That's called feathering. But you don't need to worry too much about that. And then we're going to leave. That's the only one we're going to do for that. And then what I am going to do is put the lid on my ink so I don't get black ink all over the place. Then I'm going to take my blue pen, my darker blue pen, and what we're going to do, where we can see the black lines where we stamped, we're just going to go over them very lightly with the tip of a darker blue pen. So just use the tip and stroke over. So bring your pen upright. The more upright you have it, the finer the tip, or the finer the line you'll have. So there's another tip for you. So we're going to do that on all of this stamp, all this image. So we're going to go around there. We're going to cover these black lines with a darker blue pen, just to give it some extra colour and extra interest. Oh, there's another black line there. So any little black line that you see, it doesn't matter if you miss the odd little one, but as long as the general appearance looks like blue over, or dark blue over a lighter blue. So we will carry on doing this and get all these little veins in the butterfly's wings done. Doesn't actually take long once you start doing it. There you go, done. And the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the body, or I'm going to colour the body, including those little bits there, the antenna. And then what you've got to do, the rest part, is really, really easy. So once you've got it to that stage, it's all nice and neat. You've done your backing, you've done your plain part, you've done your colouring. Then what you do, you take it over. I'm going to actually put it back out a bit, just so that you can, oh, that should be enough, I think. So there you go. That is your template, if you like. And then all you need to do is take it over to your printer and make a colour copy of it, and keep this bit in case you want to make some more. So I'm just going to slide that one out the way. And when you've done that, you will have a piece that looks like that, and it's all in one. You won't have any glue, you won't have any bits that lift, because this is just a single sheet. And how many you put in your set is entirely up to you, but I have made, in my sets, my box sets, I make 10. So there we go. I'm not going to count them for you, but I promise you there are 10 there. And all we've got to do now is we need some envelopes. So I've just brought in a few envelopes, I think I've got about 5 there, 5 or 6, something like that. So if we put that there, we will bring in our box. And I'm probably going to have to do this laying down. Well, not me laying down, I mean the box laying down. That could be fun, couldn't it? So I wonder if I could just take that out just a tiny bit more, just so that you can see a bit better. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, it won't go back any further than that, so that's okay. We'll just move that over there. Yeah, that's as far as it'll go, guys. So let's just straighten that edge up a bit. That's better. So what we need to do now is just undo our box. Like that, take the ribbon off, or not undo the ribbon, I should say. So I'll probably have to do this with the box laying down because of the height. So we're going to undo that like that, pop the lid up. So I would suggest putting your envelopes in first. So there's the box. Put your envelopes in first. Take your note paper or writing paper. Oh, sorry about that, I knocked my camera. Slide it in like that. And there you have your first contents of your box. And that will still come down very nicely. I'll just lay that down and do the ribbon back up for you. And then for that's all we need to do for that one. Tutorial finished. So there we go. Oh, that should have come down there, and that indeed it has. So there we go. There is our box, and when you open it up, unclip the ribbon or untie the ribbon, which is difficult to do one-handed, but still we'll get there in the end. And when you open it up, you've got your your writing paper already in there. Oh, hang on. That was almost today's deliberate mistake. There is one thing we need to do as well, which I very nearly forgot. So I'm going to leave that there. If you're going to make plain writing paper, you need some lined paper to go with it. So, sorry about that. I nearly signed off without showing you how to do that. But again, it's very easy. This is just copier paper. I'm just going to turn that round a bit. And I've already marked it. You don't need to mark it that heavily. I only did that so that you could see it. And I'm still not happy about that bit there because you can see all that rubbish on my desk. So, but it's not too bad. We'll leave it like that. So, this piece measures 6 by 8, the same as the base part. And what I'm going to do, I have measured this 1/2 inch down the entire sheet. So all we need to do is use a ruler and line your ruler up with the lines that you've made. This is a Sharpie pen. And just take your pen across like that. So just line it up with the lines that you've made, and we're just going to quickly run down this page like that, and we'll just get this done quickly. So you just do that, keep coming all the way down. So if I just do a couple more, we don't have to finish it. I'm sure you've got the idea by now. And again, you can photocopy this. You don't have to do this every time you make a new one. And whatever colour or theme you make, you can just keep on photocopying the same one because it will look the same. So we'll just leave it there for now. And then, of course, all you do is you open your box lid like that and slide it in. I'm trying to stand it up without knocking the camera over. And just slide it in the back like that, and you will have your lined paper there. So if I just lay that down like that, there you go, guys. There is our lined paper. I will finish this off camera. And that is our lined paper and our writing paper ready. So all we've got to do now is make the note cards to go inside. So I'm actually going to give you a day to catch up with all of these. I know there's an awful lot. I know there aren't many, what are those things called? Measurements. There aren't many measurements for this set, but I will add them in the description box below anyway. And I will be back. I am going to give you a day to catch up with this. So I'll be back in a couple of days now with our note cards. And then that'll be the entire set done. So I hope you're enjoying this, and I hope you enjoy finishing off this set with me in a couple of days' time. So until then, thank you so much for watching. Then of course all we do is we, once again, tie up our ribbon, and it's all nice and neat. These are great, and if you're doing craft fairs, they are good sellers, but make sure you do the maths and calculate your prices, because they are quite expensive. Because they're expensive to make, and it's your time. So as we said in a previous video. So there we go, we've got our box and we've got our writing paper. So when you come back in a couple of days' time, we'll be making the note cards. So thank you so much for watching and for all your lovely comments. I do appreciate it. Please do remember to hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video. Please give me a like, I'd really love a thumbs up. Add any comments you wish below. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing, hit that notification bell, and you'll always be informed every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you very soon with the next one. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take care, have fun, and as always, happy crafting. Bye bye for now.